All right, so I'm an idiot, stupid dog, and this is the dog's Super Bowl take, and what a quaint little Super Bowl it was. A lot of muffs, a lot of big fumbles, a lot of bad penalties, but still in all, bottom line, you cannot give Patrick Mahomes a chance. He will kill you. He's a killer. The man had invited the producer over as some kind of a peace offering. The producer comes over, and the man is on a diet now. I usually for a Super Bowl, the man is shit-faced drunk on bourbon. He has pizzas. He's got wings. He's got sausage sandwich. He's got all kinds of crazy crap. He's got overflowing bowls of Parmesan cheese. The producer comes in. The man lays out a thing of some radishes cut like roses, some carrot sticks, some raw broccoli, and there's a olive-flavored hummus dip. The producer's like, what in the hell? What? The man just said, hey, I'm trying to lose some weight. I got to keep down my, whatever you call it, my blood pressure. I got to keep down my glucose index. I got cholesterol fogging my memory over here. So anyways, the producer gets all pissed off. The man, he's just enjoying the game. He was enjoying the way the Niners came out and drove it right down the field. And then when McCaffrey coughed it up down there inside the 10 on the opening drive, the man went ballistic. He couldn't believe it. Same way when the Niners came out in overtime and they mucked around, they couldn't gain a first down. KC bails them out with a defensive penalty. The same way the Patrick Mahomes throws a 50-yard bomb, and on their next play, their running back muffs it and fumbles it inside the 10. And then the Niners, they have one glance off an ankle. The 49ers don't fall on the muffed play. The kick returner tries to pick it up. KC falls on it, and of course, that's when they score their first touchdown. It was a good game. It was a sloppy game, but anytime a game goes into overtime, you know, it was, a worthwhile endeavor. It's going to go down in history as a good game. So anyways, the producer, halfway through, he's like, I cannot take this rabbit food. And he leaves on a wing quest. He says he's going to go get some wings and bring back some wings. So he leaves. He doesn't come back for quite a long time. You got to watch all the good commercials, the Arnold Schwarzenegger commercials. Yeah, somebody else, J-Lo and Ben Affleck did a neat old parody on a boy band thing. You had Usher come out and do some fine entertainment at the halftime. The producer comes back in. Lo and behold, he has a chocolate pie. The man told him when he left, he said, this is Kentucky, and it's after 9 o'clock. You're going to be hard-pressed to find anything open, let alone wings. You might be able to go get some wings at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Producer says he ain't eating wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't know how to make good wings. He said if he had to go to the grocery store and just get some frozen wings and heat them up in the toaster oven. He comes back with a chocolate pie. No one even knew what the hell that was. I think the producer was just trying to making a face or, do a derogatory comment on the man's new diet. But anyways, what I really found interesting, besides the fact that once Patrick Mahomes got his chance, you knew he was going to stick a dagger in him and put him down, and that's exactly what happened. But the thing I found interesting was a couple times during the Super Bowl, they had famous, great football players like Saquon Barkley and Roger Staubach come out and say, I'm getting picked on. I feel miserable. I can't quote. And they were quotes from kids that were maybe those kids were getting picked on or they were getting bullied. And then they had some people like Aaron Rodgers come out, some big old heavy guy I never even seen before. He looked like a professional wrestler. I think it might have been Nick Foles. I don't know, Nick Squambat, I forget. They were like, I just feel down about myself. I feel like I don't fit in. And what it was, those NFL players were voicing the troubles of the youth, and then AI was coming up with how they could help fix this, how they could make it better for the kids. And I thought that was really touching. AI would come up with some tools that the kids could use to combat their troubles. And then a commercial finishes up with some guy walking up to one of the little kids and he says, give him some tools. He says, hey, you're a nerd. Nobody likes you. Toughen up. Why don't you try being cool? Maybe if you weren't such a dweebus, maybe if you weren't such a wimp, the kids wouldn't pick on you. They wouldn't bully you. Maybe if you cut your hair like all the other kids wore the Levi's jeans and the right kind of sneaker, they would, you could fit in better. You wouldn't feel like you're such a loser. And that would give the kids the tools. AI came up with a game plan to help empower these kids so these kids could become, less nerdy and less dweebish, and they could do better for themselves. They could become more popular. They could fit in better. They could conform better. And I thought that was really touching the way they did that. But, the way this whole Super Bowl thing went, as soon as the Niners didn't score the touchdown there in overtime, they kicked the field goal. I was like, Patrick's going to kill you. The Niners had to score the touchdown. Then Patrick would have come back and tied it with a touchdown, and then the Niners would have had a chance to win it, because after those first two possessions, it would have gone to sudden death. But basically, once I seen Taylor Swift jumping around the stands, and I saw the hoopla after the Kansas City won that Super Bowl, I knew that's the way it had to be. It was already in the script that way. You watch Joe Rogan tomorrow, he'll tell you. It was already a done deal. Once I seen Taylor Swift jumping around, she was jumping around that way, I was like, that's the way it had to be. What else are you gonna do? You're gonna show Taylor Swift moping? You think that's gonna build the brand of the NFL? You think that's gonna bring in a whole bunch of new Swifties? You think that's gonna harness the power of a totally new demographic? No. It had to go down the way it went down. But whatever. I'm just a stupid dog. This has been my Super Bowl synopsis.